Here we have the new 2025 Buick Envision. Now this one comes in the preferred trim level with all-wheel drive in ebony twilight metallic, and then we have ebony leatherette interior. For the powertrain, we get a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, made it to a 9-speed automatic transmission. Now as we come around to the front end here, I just love how tasteful the redesign was on the Envision. LED headlamps along with LED daytime running lights. And we're, all in all, it's more of like a refresh. I mean, there's just so much done. I just consider it a redesign, especially with the front end here, kind of matching with the new Encore GX is beautiful. New Buick badge there. And the front end just, it looks aggressive yet stylish. I don't know how Buick does it, but just fantastic looks there. Down here to the wheels, these are 18-inch aluminum. We get passive keyless entry on all 4 doors. Power door lock controls, memory seat functions. We get express down on all 4 windows with 1 touch up and down for the front. Power mirror controls, rear window lock, and then we have blind spot monitors in this one, excuse me. Power lift gate control. This one has an added package which includes the hands-free with the Buick logo. I think it's a 9-speaker Bose sound system. And then over here, auto stop toggle, we have the lane keeping system, drive modes, electronic parking brake. And then, where's the hood release? Right here. Manual tilt telescoping steering wheel. Here's the power driver seat. We do get 4-way power lumbar support here. But I want to give a huge thank you to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Envision today. I'll leave a link below in the description. And if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click on that second link down below. It takes a minute to fill out your info, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on one of these or any new vehicle. But $41,235 is the sticker price. Sorry if it's hard to see the sticker. Car wash is broken and it's just hard to see behind that tint. But I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. So we're gonna check out the rear seat room sitting behind myself. And there's the space there, which is not terrible. Seat back pockets on both sides. AC vents there, and then you get a USB-C and a USB-A charge port in the back. View of the front. This one has a panoramic sunroof, so that's what it looks like when the sunshade is all the way up. Bottle holders are there. And there's our grab handle there, and you do get the nice premium reading lights in the back. Now as we make our way towards the back, love having the LED tail lamps here. And I actually like that rear bumper. I've seen this on a lot of GM vehicles recently where it looks like that's where your exhaust tips would be, but it's actually just for decoration, and the exhaust is underneath there, pointed down. So again, you can get this hands-free. I just left the key in the vehicle. But it is power. You can lift this up. Spares right there, pretty easy to get to. 12 volt back here as well. And ample storage, I think. Top tethers are also on the back of that second row if you need those for the car seats. Fuel filler there. And then we can fold this down on either side, run longer objects through to the front. Snaps back into place relatively easily. And then you have your lower latch anchors down here, and they're hidden behind these covers. Now to the front passenger seat, this one is going to be manual, but you can pump the seat up or down, as well as adjust the seat back and the seat bottom. And then a little storage underneath here. I like this one is small, and you could still kind of put stuff there, and it's nice and hidden. But glove compartments there, owner's manuals. Like the trim, even on this preferred, it looks nice. And then as we come back around to the front, just gonna take a quick look in the engine bay. If I can find the latch. It's in a weird spot, there it is. But there's that 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. And let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So nice leather wrap steering wheel here. Again, the new Buick logo, horn sound. Over here to the AC controls, or to the infotainment system, excuse me. We can activate our wireless CarPlay and Android Auto if you want. AM, FM, XM, Bluetooth, Google News, Google Podcasts. We have a USB drive and Amazon Alexa. We have our ambient lighting we can set up. Our settings are here, so we can set up our Wi-Fi connection, Bluetooth connection, and then we have teen driver, rear seat reminder, and buckle to drive there. And then if we go down to our system settings, change our language or units of measurement there. Everything else pretty self-explanatory, but I get those questions asked the most, so I always like to address that when possible. Now, climate controls, if we turn that on, we have access to all of that there. So we can sync, control temperature, direction, fan speed, and then we have a few shortcuts down there. And then we can cut the whole system on and off again through either. And then Google Maps, we have access to that. When you have the subscription, you get the full-on access. Now we also have 3-stage heated front seats, which can be controlled through here, along with the AC controls. Hazards are right there. And then with this one, not having a typical place to adjust your headlamps, that's done in the screen here, which can be a pain, but if you set it on auto, 99.9% of the time, not gonna be an issue, so I get why it was done that way. Now here you can activate your camera, traction control, park assist. Then again, you have access to the lights, and then the blind zone, steering assist, all of that. Backup cameras there, guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. You have the overhead view, side view, and then same for the front. But down here, wireless charging pad, USB-C, USB-A port along with the 12 volt. All that can be stowed away. And then I'll show you where your shifter is in a minute, but where the shifter typically is, you just have a volume knob and you can click there to mute. And then storage, bottle holders, more storage. Center console cubby space. It's dark in there, you don't really have a light, but it's a decent size. Now, as that sunshade goes back, here are the sunroof controls, the universal home remote for the garage doors, and then your lights are here. OnStar buttons are right there. And then one touch slide here. See how far back it goes. Oh, so that's pretty nice. And then, ooh, you can hit it a second time and it goes back even further. So pretty impressed by that. Very big opening. And then to the vanity mirror there. Back to the steering wheel. We can adjust our windshield wipers here on the left side. Rear wipers, fluid there. And then we do have paddle shifters behind the steering wheel when we're in the manual mode. So with that being said, our shifter is actually on the column. So hit the brake, pull for neutral, reverse, drive, press P for park. And it's crazy to think that GM has taken this on to catch up to how Mercedes has done so many of their shifters over the past 10, 15 years. For cruise controls here, we can activate that, cancel, set the speed, voice recognition, and then our gap adjust for the adaptive cruise is there. And again, that manual mode's there when in drive. We can use this to go through our radio station favorites or track list controls, depending on what source we're in. Heated steering wheel toggle, audio sources can be adjusted there. We can use this as a scroll bar. And then Bluetooth, mute. This is a check depending on what menu we're in. And if you hit this button here, you can go through your views of the gauge cluster. So 3 of those. Now behind, you can go through those trackless radio station presets and volume up and down there. We do get a heads-up display, which is interesting on the Preferred, even with how it's equipped with an extra package. I'm impressed by that. Push button start, key fob with remote start. And next, let's go ahead and take this 2025 Envision Preferred out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this new Envision here, the 2-liter turbo does have some oomph to it. And the 9-speed actually pairs pretty well with this as opposed to getting an 8 or a 10-speed like you get on most of the other models. But pretty impressive in terms of just the overall output you get from the 2-liter turbo. Now with this one being an all-wheel drive model, I am going to just keep it in all-wheel drive, getting on the interstate to see how it pulls. And it just gives you a more linear feel as opposed to being pulled from the front in the normal drive mode. But don't have too much space here, but I'm gonna slow down, got a little bit. And then I'm going to give it a pull right here. So that wasn't me flooring it by any means, but I did just want to give it a little pull, you know, just to show you the merging power. You know how most people would drive this. Most people aren't going to floor it getting on the interstate. But I'm going to put it into sport mode now, give it one more pull. And then we're going to put it into the tour mode. You do have an off-road mode as well, if you want to use that in light dirt or terrain, something like that. But in terms of the ride quality, very good on these stock wheels here, with them just being 18s. It feels nice. The wheels still look pretty good, but the ride quality, this rides like a Buick. It's very, very smooth, very comfortable, very refined. But yeah, it's super quiet in here too. And these have always just been such great vehicles in terms of just everyday drivers. You're getting 22 miles per gallon city, 28 highway, and an all-wheel drive setup. You get a little better with a front-wheel drive, but these just ride so well, they drive so well. It's just a good everyday car. Still quick, but efficient and smooth as well. Now, in terms of the price point, I do think it's pretty solid for what you get here, especially with how this one is equipped in terms of the options of packages. Love having the roof, the heated seats, and it's just very nice. The padding on the steering wheel is fantastic. It feels very expensive in my opinion. Now, another thing that a lot of people don't realize with the new Envisions is we have an all new interior here. I think we got it in 24. So the Envision was just showing its age just a tad, but with the new infotainment system, the new instrument cluster there, just how all the controls are set up, having the shifter right where it is now, this just feels like a top of the line vehicle. Even though it is the preferred trim, it's not a Cadillac, it is a Buick, but Buick just knocked the Envision out the park, I think. And not necessarily having to do too much on the outside as much as it was redefining what it's like to be in the driver's seat of a Buick. New logo is definitely helping a lot. It looks fantastic. Nice, big, and bold while still being elegant. Now, I want to give one more thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Envision today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find something closer to your area, click on that second link down below. It takes a minute to fill out your info. I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on a new Envision or any new vehicle you might be interested in. But all in all, I mean, again, I think Buick knocked it out of the park with this. It's low-key fun to drive in all-wheel drive mode, sport mode. It rides so well in pretty much every mode. And you just get a lot for the money, I think. From the seats to the heat in the seats to just the craftsmanship behind everything you see here. Even the dash, the gloss black here where the shifter is supposed to be. And I mean, the exterior is beautiful. It's subtle but elegant, and that's what you want in a Buick. So with all that being said, this is going to bring me to the end of my review of this 2025 Buick Envision Preferred with all-wheel drive.